first question for you is for Macs or for Windows? And are you looking for patches and updates or new software, installing a new piece of software from, say, a URL or an installer package? Because if you're talking about Windows, and if you are looking at patches and updates, the starting point here is Settings, Patch Management, and then go down to Management Workflow. So that will open up this window, and you'll be able to see all of the patches that are available to you based on, say, which site, and if they are missing or pending or so on. So if it's specifically for a workstation or checking updates for servers and so on. So now I have, let's just look at this Windows Defender update for servers, and I can actually open up the KB article from Microsoft, but what I think I will do now that it's selected and blue is proceed. And I'm going to approve that install, and then I'm going to apply it to servers because in this case it is a server specific patch. And then I'm going to go ahead and push it out to happen now. The other option would be just to use the existing schedule that I've set up in my policies, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now and then reboot if required. So I'll apply that. It's gonna ask me for my password. And now that machine that was missing that patch before, it's now showing probably as pending. So if I go to that, yeah, so it is set as a status of pending as opposed to missing. So once that applies, or once that machine checks in, it will show up as installed on that machine. To get to the point where all of that is actually set up, you go to Patch Management to Settings, and yeah, so you would have go in here to Settings to turn on the patch management, either for servers or workstations or specific customers or whatever, or off if you want to manage those patches manually. But the patch management policy will let you do things like set up alerts and the schedule for installing them and so on. So that patch management workflow is where you'd go to approve or ignore or even roll back in some cases those patches that are coming from Microsoft for your Windows machines. And in the case of Macs, because I'm the one that's presenting and I'm the Mac nerd, I will, it's my prerogative. I'm going to show you how to do the same thing on Macs. It's not quite as involved, but the Mac patches from Apple and for third parties, those are managed with a run managed patch task, automated task. And your options here are fairly limited. You can install the updates directly from Apple or just third-party ones if you uncheck that box. I would leave this checked for production unless you are specifically looking to try and break some of your software by running the latest and greatest before it's been, tested and approved and put through its paces. So updates, production, and then there are some patches that require a user to be logged in. Some will wait until the user logs out before they actually do the install. So it'll be waiting for the user to reboot essentially before it will finish doing the installation. It'll download and then go into basically a pending state and waiting for the user to reboot. And in that case, I have a check that I've written that is a script check. And let's see here. Oh, I don't think it's in there. But it is in the cookbook. I just added it the other day. My link to I think it was pending. Yeah, pending Apple updates. So this script check will give you an alert or a failure when there are updates that have been downloaded but are waiting on the user to either log out or restart to finish installing. Because many times the users will see the little pop-up that says, you need to restart to finish these updates, and just ignore it. And then do that for several days, ignore. And then eventually there's going to be more updates and more pending things, and they just ignore all of them. And it's weeks later before you realize, oh, that machine hasn't actually been patched because it's waiting on the user to reboot, which is kind of a problem, but it can be solved with just checking to see if there are pending updates, but also checking to see if there are if the machine has been online for more than 14 days or whatever, and just gently reminding the user that it is time to reboot.